Hello everyone and welcome to today's video where myself and Brett,
Hello.
We're going to be taking a look at the Playmobil A-Team van, or Playmobil the A-Team. Now, I looked at this a long time ago, but the problem was it was actually really expensive at the time, and recently it got reduced. So instead of it being like 50-60 quid, it was like 25. So I saw it at 25 and thought, yeah, let's give it a go. So if you look at the box, you get all 4 characters, the van, and there's a few odd bits and bobs that's inside as well. So let's have a look.
But there's everything on the back.
What? Yeah, it says a lot on the back, but
Somebody clearly didn't think this through.
I did. But
So now you have to look upside down.
I weren't planning on you moving it, you buck.
Escape from the box.
You're just annoying, aren't you?
No, that's you.
Look at you.
Yeah, look at that.
There's the back.
We have sparks on the bumper.
Yeah, that's not in it.
We have a torch.
There is a torch that doesn't light up.
Why is it red?
Because that's the colour of it.
What's that thing there supposed to be then?
Binoculars.
Strange pair of binoculars. We have this.
Yeah, that's like, you can swap them out. There's like 3 little bits you can swap it for, which we'll look at in a second.
And then there's that red thing down the side. Quite a lot of detail.
Yeah, that's a light.
Oh, that's the light, is it?
Yeah, that's a light.
Yeah, they didn't really show it very well, did they?
No. But there's
Wait
a lot.
minute.
What?
That's a very thin outline for that area.
Alright. Well, anyway, so this was quite a lot to put together on this. Some bits of it were actually quite...
Copyright.
Right, some of it was quite fiddly, like the spoiler was a nightmare to get on. And I was worried about snapping it. That was a problem. So, let's go through the characters.
Before we get through the characters, I think we should take this back out and put the other around. Does the other side look better?
Actually, leave it out, because it'd be a lot easier for me.
No, put it back. We need
No, it'd be easier for me. Right,
Sure.
so first of all, we got BA, where you had to attach his jewellery. I think he looks pretty decent, actually. He looks pretty good. Yeah, not much. Oh, look. This classic copyright 20th Century Studios on the back. He always had that on his shirts.
Yeah, don't you remember that classic scene that was?
Yeah.
Don't know why they did that.
Right, so then you got the Face Man. He looks pretty decent.
The Face Man.
And again, he's got 20th Century Studios on his back.
Don't you remember when they got that tattooed onto their jackets?
They must really like that. And then we've got Howling Mad Murdoch, which is...
Isn't his puppet on the wrong way round?
No, because it only goes on the side. He's got his little sock puppet on.
Why does it look like he's trying to do something then?
I don't know. And then, of course, we've got the leader of the gang, Hannibal. Whoops. Oh, actually,
He's a murderer.
Forgot about
20th Century Studios.
yeah, but he's got some nice detail on the back of his jacket and nice detail on his shoes.
Wait, they all have that detail.
No, they don't. They don't really have detail on shoes. Mr. T
They
does.
have the same
BA
shoes.
does. Yeah, cool. Yeah, true.
So we can therefore confirm
Right.
they share shoes.
So, before I open the van, 'cause some of the stuff's in there, we had some tools. So, like wrenches and hammers and spanners and stuff. Got a toolbox.
We have milk.
2 cartons of milk, because BA needs that.
Walkie-talkie.
I can't see it, you're too high. There's a walkie-talkie. So a very flat walkie-talkie, to be honest.
Binoculars.
Not a lot of detail. Right, put it back then. Barn pot.
And anyway,
So yeah, binoculars, which is pretty decent. And then, if we move all this out of the way, we bring the van in.
we didn't need that guy.
Didn't we? Right, don't lose nothing.
I'm pretty sure 20th Century Studios can
Right,
replace him.
So, here is the van. Now,
You've got it the wrong way round.
well, it's moving anyway. The only thing is, you're going to get people discussing,
That this is correct.
is this the right colour?
And
Because
the answer is yes.
some people would always say, yeah, it was grey on top and black on the bottom. And then other people would say,
Like
actually, it was black on black.
And you were colourblind.
And maybe only when they were crashing the truck or doing some stunts and that, did they change it for a grey top and a black bottom.
And there's a door.
So you could debate that till the cows come home, and you'll never agree. And then some people will say, oh, it's because you saw it on an old TV and now it's been...
That does make a difference, you know.
No. So you can argue about whether it was black on black. All the toys are black on black from the 80s.
Yeah, because again, the colours then probably been a bit off.
No, they must have known. They must have seen the real thing, so they know.
Or as I said, it's cheaper to do black on black than it is to get a separate mould. Or paint on an entire extra
detail. Can you open that door for me? Make yourself useful. Oh, yeah.
There's your door.
Right, so the side door opens.
There's a canister in there, so
yeah,
fell over.
No, because I couldn't get that to show that. So we'll grab the last bits of things in a second. So here's a gas canister, so that you could do the welding. Wait, hold the truck.
Wait, where's the truck?
There's the van. You know what I mean. So there's the gas canister for doing the welding, and there should be one's in place just up there. So we've got dynamite, another walkie-talkie, and
I can confirm you've done this wrong.
Torches in there, doesn't matter.
It does.
And then up there is one of those little
the
things.
Accuracy, you've ruined
and
it.
then here are some of the others. So you've got this tape player here, and like schematics for something they could have built. It's pretty decent.
You know you're supposed to put those in the little cup thing.
Yeah, I know, but they fell out. They fell out. They only slide in.
Even the one from the top that slides downwards.
So, next up, hold the van. Make yourself useful. So he comes off, just like...
put the schematic in the wrong place.
Do you know what this is like? This is like the old 80s 18 van toy that we used to have. Well, actually, I still got it. Mine's downstairs.
There's the schematic you put in the wrong place.
That's a schematic of just the van. And yeah, it slides into the little cupboard. There's like enough space for 3 of them there.
And this is where the radio goes.
These pegs on this side were a pain. I'm not sure if they're in the right place, to be honest. But yeah, it's cool.
And it's the same one.
Alright. That's not the same, actually. They're different. So that shows what you look at.
Let's compare them.
I can't compare them, you ain't even on camera. See, they're different.
They're slightly different.
They're massively different, you wally.
Either way, that one doesn't go up there.
Well, you can add them up there and then you can put them in the cupboard. Right,
which
that's
is
fine.
what you did.
Right, take them away because there's one other little thing you can do.
We need to put them back
because
there.
If you notice, that front is solid. So, you can pull the front off. Look at that. And he comes off in that piece. And then you put your figures in. Now, that steering wheel should be that way round. And then you can put your figures in to be driving the van.
Like that?
A bit like that, yeah. And there's a bit of detail in there, which is pretty cool. So,
why don't we do this?
You've got to get his feet under that steering wheel.
Let's try and get as accurate to the thing itself. Oh, you can't do that.
He sort of, oh hang on, what's going on here?
You're struggling, that's what's going on here.
I am struggling. Because I'm one-handed, that's why, I've got a camera. Oh, here we go, look at this.
Look, I'm at an altered angle. And you had the steering wheel wrong.
No, it's not, it was right. Hey, you're leaning on the mic and you pulled the wire out. Donut.
You've been pushing now towards me for this entire time.
No, I ain't.
You very much have.
Shut up. Hey, don't worry about that. Right.
He doesn't need to drive.
And then
just lob him in there.
There's some nice detail on the front, which is pretty cool. So, 25 quid for the 18 van. So Brett, it's the all important.
There's no driver.
Oh, don't worry about that.
Wait, now we can make it accurate.
It's the all important. Oh yeah, there's a bit of detail on there for the sunroof. So it's
and
the all important.
Brett. Go on the roof.
Answer the question, right? 25 quid out of 10. What would you give this? with all the bits, because you've got all the accessories.
Maybe 8.
Hopefully I ain't lost any. I'm not sure.
Probably lost something.
Don't know, might have done. All the accessories. Where's the... is there somebody in the van? I hope there's.
Yes.
Right. But with all the accessories and how good the
we
van
didn't make
looks,
it box accurate.
how good the van is,
I've already answered that question.
out of 10, what would you give it?
I've already answered this.
What did you say?
I said 8.
Did you? Oh. I'm going to give it...
Especially since they got accurate to the actual show. That physically hurt you, didn't it?
Shut up.
Because you haven't actually seen it in the intended design.
It's black on black.
Yes.
That's
Only
what it
because
would
of the
be.
simple reason of colour corrections being an issue.
No.
And also the factor of
No.
T.
I
of
even
the toy
proved it to
program.
you. I showed you an episode
Yes,
where
and it
the
was
van
grey on
changed
black.
colour when they crashed it because it was a completely different van.
No, the original was also grey.
No,
Yes.
I don't know.
Yeah, you don't know. I can tell that.
No, I mean, no, I don't.
You mean no.
Actually, to be honest, they kept changing the van in the series because one had a sunroof, one didn't, and there was loads of differences in the vans.
So why most of them
there
still
are
grey then?
probably some differences in them where they probably did things slightly different. But for the most part, if you look at the toys and you look at most episodes, it looked black on black.
That's not a good comparison though.
It's
Because
black
it's
on
cheaper for the toy companies to just make it black on black. So they don't have to paint this part. It's cheaper.
Anyway, so let us know in the comments, what do you think of this? Oh yeah, I didn't do my score. I'm giving it a... I do like it. I think it's cool. And I think it's worth 25 quid. I think it's worth the money, and I'm going to give it a 10. 10 out of 10.
Is it worth the entire money?
What do you mean? What, before it's reduced?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. No, if I was paying 60 quid, I'd be a bit upset. But for 25 quid, I think it's a bargain. So I do like it. So I'm giving it a 10 out of 10. He gave it 8, was it?
Yes.
Right, 8. But let us know in the comments, what would you give this out of 10? Would you have paid 60 quid for it, or would you buy it now that it's 25? And also, when you watched the A-Team in the 80s, what colour was the van?
That's still not a fair comparison because
It
TV quality's improved since then. That's like comparing photos of the original moon landing to pictures you can see now.
Yeah, but you do know when they remaster stuff, they change it as well.
Yes.
Yeah, well there you go then,
But
that's
you
what
do
they've done, they
realise if you're
changed
just
it.
comparing from CRT in the first place, it's not going to be very good, is it?
If you listen to people talk about CRTs, then none of my memories would have been right, because they had
probably
lines
wasn't.
all over the place, whereas I don't remember any lines.
Yes, you probably edited them out.
Anyway, hopefully...
Just like you've edited your nose out your entire life.
What the hell?
Do you not notice when you're looking around you don't see a nose? Have you never noticed that?
Well, I looked in the mirror yesterday and I swear my nose was there.
If you don't look in the mirror and you just look around, do you see a nose?
No.
Do you? Exactly.
Shut
you don't
up.
notice those little lines then, do you?
This has gone
because
weird.
it's not having any influence on you.
I know what I would like to edit.
That is?
Your voice.
Ah, yes, your voice.
Your voice.
Maybe more like an album.
Anyway, let us know in the comments, would you pay 25 quid for it or would you have paid 60? And what do you think of it? And what colour do you say the original A-Team van in the TV show was?
Probably 8.
But for now, he looks like he's wearing a face mask. For now,
Yeah,
thank
but
you
look at
so
him.
much for watching. Please consider... Will you stop holding my hand? You're making me like lose my train of thought.
Yeah, but look at it.
Yeah. What?
You've left him out.
Yeah, but he wouldn't get under the steering wheel, would he?
You didn't even let him in the vehicle, look. He's in there.
Fine. Look, hold the van. Oh, I'll tell you the one thing that is a bit weird though. This back needed to be slightly more rounded off, but it's quite cool. So, yeah, I give it a 10. He gave it 8. Let us know in the comments, what would you give it? Would you buy it? And what colour do you think the original 18 van was? But for now, thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Leave a like, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bang. I couldn't move the entire van.